Hi, Helene. Welcome in. How are you doing, beautiful? Hello, hello. Hi, 911. Hi, Donna. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. Hi, guys. It's a little chilly and rainy here today, girl. Lord have mercy. All right, y'all. I need to get 2 pieces of cardstock. I'm just using a piece out of one of my books. Hello.
Honey, just got me through. What do you do?
We are gonna make a piano binding, so it's a no sew, no glue binding today. It's called a Australian piano hinge, and we are also doing, I'm going to show also a piano hinge using food skewers. I didn't put that on my thing on needing food skewers, but I'm going to show how to do it anyway, because both of them are very cool, very easy. For beginners, it's wonderful. So I'm gonna show both today, even though we're only gonna do one together. I'm gonna show the other one. Welcome in, welcome in. Hi, guys. I'm just using some of my scrap papers. Happy hump day, y'all. Oh my Lord, how's everybody's hump day? I got me some iced coffee. Took 4 hours to go grocery shopping today. My Lanta. Everybody and their brother must have been grocery shopping today. It was crazy. Hi, Shorty Cakes. Hi, Mask Mom. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Ugh. Lord have mercy. Whew. I'm a little chilly. I'm going to show 2 type of what's going on, beautiful. I'm going to show 2 different type of bindings. One I have, you guys should be prepared for. We just have like, I don't know, I think I have 10 or 15 just copy papers. They're very thin, or loose leaf paper, and 2 sheets of cardstock. I'm using, hello beautiful, I'm using a 12 by 12. You don't have to, you could use an 8.5 by 11. And this is a scrap piece of paper. That's pretty much all we're gonna need.
Helena Poo, Howie just came
Barnes
from
and Noble,
Noble
yay!
and splurged on paper books.
Good girl. Hi, Samantha V. Hi, Jody. Good morning, Dawn. Well, I should say good evening. It's not morning, for the love of baby Jesus. I'm getting my days mixed up. I'm getting my hours mixed up. Hey, Sherry, what's going on?
Most moments.
Whew, I'm freezing.
Hey there.
Hey, hey.
Fortress 76, hello, hello.
Hello, ladies. Thank you for the I love you so much. I'm going to show you guys 2 different types of piano hinge. The first one I'm going to show you, what you guys are going to do, is going to be the Australian piano hinge. It is a no sew. no glue hinge. It's awesome. But that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Well, you'd have to glue the cover and the back anyway. You will have to glue. I'm sorry. So you could use a glue stick. I forgot about, but the other piano hinge one, I'm going to show you using food skewers. You guys don't have to do this one, but I'm going to show you how to do it. This is a very easy beginner's book, especially if you hate sewing and gluing hinges. The piano hinge, we can use food skewers, and they work beautifully. So that is also a no-sew and no glue type of book. But I love it. Good morning or good afternoon, Grumpalicious. What's going on? Welcome in, welcome in. Ready to get started here in about 2 minutes. Thank you for the heart, me. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Hi, Miss Wilman. Thank you for the heart. Welcome in, welcome in. Hi, Miss Gail. Hi, Lady Sway. Welcome in, guys.
Chicken jockey.
Welcome in, welcome in. Good evening, Miss Gail. We're going to be doing a no-sew hinge tonight. It's pretty easy. This is for people that do not like sewing signatures. It is absolutely amazing. And then I'm going to show you another type of hinge. It's a piano hinge. Using food skewers. This is a very easy no-sew binding. And it actually looks really pretty. So,
Chericline, I love that binding. I use plastic stir straw.
Oh, have you really?
Stir sticks.
Ah! See, I love doing that too. Like, this is how I learned, believe it or not. Using food skewers is how I learned in the very beginning on how to bind books. And I'll be honest with you, I totally...
Hello, ladies.
Hello. I totally forgot about using this.
Scarlet Rose, hello.
Hello, Scarlet. But there is a lot of newbies out there that don't like sewing or don't feel comfortable with sewing. And so I was like, God, man, where did I start?
Sassy plants, can I use chopsticks?
Absolutely. You can use chopsticks as well.
Grumpalicus, I don't know the piano one.
It is so, oh my God, you're gonna love it. What's going on, Miss Carrie? Welcome in. But oh my God, I love. This is so simple, so easy, and it looks very, very pretty. You can use wooden dolls, you can use chopsticks, you can use wooden skewers. You can use pencils that have not been sharpened. You can use anything.
Gail, are you going to post this video later?
Yes, I am, Miss Gail. I'm going to do both. I'm going to show you the Australian piano hinge first, and then I'm going to show you that other piano hinge, which is using the skewers. But I'm going to show you both. These are no-sew journals. Very easy. You can throw a couple of these together. You don't need anything fancy. You could use scrap papers that you have laying around. You can use loose leaf paper, just copy paper. We're at 6 o'clock. We are going to go ahead and get started. So I said to grab about 10 to 20 loose leaf papers or copy paper.
Awesome. Thank you.
No, that is absolutely fine. After I'm done, I will download it. It might take a couple hours to get it up on YouTube, but I will download it and get it up. on YouTube then. And I will put it as Cuss Words and Coffee's sub only live from today's date. And then I will also post last week's because I forgot to post last week's as well. But anyway, we're just going to use some loose leaf paper or copy paper.
In my house.
Not one dang.
Carlene,
well, that's okay.
I'm at the vet right now, so I'm just watching.
Oh, what's the matter, Carlene? Why are you at the vet, woman? What's going on? Everything okay? Hi, Tam Bam. Is everything okay, Miss Carlene? Hi, Miss Jules.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Hello, Miss Celine. How did the ATC
turn out?
Oh, the ATCs came out. Okay, my old lady has a large... Oh, no. The poor...
Hurry, just watching tonight.
She's got an affected boobie.
Love you, sweetie.
I love you too, Miss Jules.
Carlene Barletta Trembeth, me old lady,
I'm
has a
sorry,
large heart
Miss
growth and
Carlene.
an infected tata.
I'm sorry.
Yellow they were beautiful. MS
That's so
Joel
sad.
said, Lady Lurie, hi, sweetie.
Poor little thing. That happened to Lily one time where she had an infected
MS Lady Lurie,
tata.
love you.
Her boobie was
Lady
really
Lurie,
swollen
hello.
and hot. Hi, guys. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm using scrap paper. This is a 12 by 12. You can use an 8.5 by 11. And this is another sheet that is also a scrap piece of paper.
To all my amazing friends.
Oh, hi, Michelle H. And this is
Lady
another piece of
Lurie
scrap
MS
paper.
Jules,
And then
hi,
I
love.
just have...
I got your message. I will message
I
you
was
later.
bitten, my ankle ran out
Miss
the
Joseph,
front door,
Lady
and
Lurie.
my jaw flew.
Michelle's real
Oh
tall.
my God.
Sailor Scraps IF. It makes you feel better.
Lord have mercy,
I was
thank
bit
you.
my ankle as I ran out the front door. And my jaw feel locked.
Oh, well, that's probably a good thing. Now you can't talk.
MS
Shit, that
Joel
just
said,
means you got a
Lady Lurie,
text.
It's okay, sweetie, XX.
All right. Thank you for the populars. Okay, so this is loose leaf paper. This is actually copy paper. You could use loose leaf
Lady Lurie, that
paper.
was funny.
Yes, it was funny.
MS Joel said, Sailor underscore scraps. Hi,
I'm cooking.
beautiful.
Let my teach me. Let you teach me.
No, I am cooking. You let me teach me.
Oh my God. All right. So I have probably about 15 or 20 pieces of loose leaf paper, y'all. I am using a 12 by 12. Again, this is scrap paper that I had.
Sassy Plants, my kiddo got me a tape measure, lol.
Yay! I just got some scrap pieces of paper, nothing crazy. Y'all can use whatever you have, whether it's 8.5 by 11 or a 12 by 12. Doesn't matter if it's single-sided. But I'm just using paper that I already had sitting here out of a paper pack that I did not use. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. All right. So we are going to take our, I'm gonna go ahead and fold my 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper over in half so that it's 8.5 by 5.5, right? Yeah. Yeah, 8.5 by 5.5. So I'm gonna fold those over. I'm gonna fold them all over. And it doesn't matter. And again, I'm going to show you two different types of piano hinge.
9,395.
Hello, Miss Kirsten.
Beautiful.
Hello, hello. We are folding our 8.5 by 11, either loose leaf paper or copy paper. We're folding it in half to be 8.5 by 5.5. And it doesn't matter how many papers you have. If you have more or if you have less, that is absolutely fine. It doesn't matter. This is just to show you how to do it. And then you can do it on another book. And you can do as many signatures as you want using both of these methods that I'm going to show you today. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4,
Hey, lovely.
5. Hi, how are you, Jeanette? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 11, so I lied. I have 11. So 11 is perfect. It's good enough. Okay. All right. So we are going to take this. These are all folded up. 8.5 by 5.5. We're going to set these to the side. I'm going to take my scrap piece of paper, and this is, again, this is a 12 by 12. If you don't have a 12 by 12, use an 8.5 by 11. That is absolutely fine. So the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to cut our hinge. So this is my piece of paper. This is 12 by, I know it really doesn't matter, but this is a scrap piece of paper. This is 7.25 inches wide. It doesn't matter. We want the length. So whether it be 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12, we want the height. Okay. So this is 12, and again, you can use your 11, your 11 inch tall. Okay, it doesn't matter. And we are going to take our scissors, our cutter, our utility knife, whatever you have, and we are going to cut 3 inches width. We're going to do our tallest, so whether it be 12 inches or 11 inches by 3 inches. Okay, there's my 3 inches. And again, it does not matter if this is 11 inches or 12 inches, it's all going to work out regardless. So it doesn't matter. This is just showing you how to do it. Okay, everybody give me a thumbs up when you have your 3-inch wide strip by either 11 or 12 inches. And just give me a thumbs up in the comments. Miss Helene, I don't know why that was filtered.
Dragon J thumbs.
Yay! Thumbs up, thumbs
Ladies,
up.
Why I'm driving.
That's okay. That's all right. As long as I know.
What are you eating today?
We are doing a piano hinge, Miss Shannon. So we have
I'm just watching. Driving, so don't look for me.
I will give it.
Second I got on.
That's okay. I will go ahead and I will download this and put this on YouTube if you're not prepared. All right, perfect. Okay, so we have our 3-inch wide strip. Mine again is 12 inches. Yours can be 11 inches. Yay! Yours can be 11 inches. It doesn't have to be the 12, but if you have a 12 by 12, go ahead and use that. I will show you that later. We're going to do this hinge first. Okay, so we're going to take it lengthwise. Okay, so short side this way, length side this way.
Don Poitras 76 taking y'all on a road trip.
Yay!
Home, but staying on.
So I'm going to take my paper and I'm going to fold it over in half. Short sides together. Okay. And then I'm going to take this side and I'm going to fold that over to meet that middle. And then I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take that short side again and fold it over to the middle so that I have a W. Okay. Everybody good? Just give me a thumbs up when you guys are good. It could be either a W or an M. Either way, you just need that zigzag. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, So now this short side, we are going to go ahead, we are going to fold that over towards that folded piece. Then we're going to open it up and we're going to take this folded piece and we're going to fold it towards that center crease, okay? We're going to fold it over towards that center crease. And then we're going to fold it back. And then we're going to fold it over again towards that crease. Then we're going to flip it over. We got that part.
Row seems much easier than using a scoreboard.
Yes, girl. And then fold it back over. So we are going to have an accordion. So it'll be an accordion. Good morning. Good afternoon, Miss Rose. So you're going to have an accordion. Okay? Give me a thumbs up when you guys have that part. And again, it doesn't matter if it's 12 inches long or if it's 11 inches long. You're still going to have the same accordion. Beautiful. Okay. Now, is everybody's good? Everybody's good. Everybody's good. Yay! Okay, so what you're going to do
Earth Dragon Jade Thumbs
is you are going to measure, you, not me, because you guys can't rely on me. I am going to measure from my, from where the fold is to the outer part. I have 1.5 inches. Okay? I have 1.5 inches. Yours is going to be different, especially if you used a 8.5 piece of paper instead of a 12-inch piece of paper. So you're going to measure whatever your measurement is, okay, that it measures across the short side. Okay. We are going to take that piece of paper that we cut our 3 inches from, and we are going to go ahead and cut a strip the lengthwise of that measurement, so it'll be that measurement thick. Okay, mine was 1.5 inches. So I'm going to take that same piece of paper. I'm going to measure 1.5 inches. Okay, okay. I got that. Now I'm going to cut a second one, and I'm going to cut mine 1.5 inches because that's what my measurement was. Your measurement may be different. So go ahead and cut yourself 2 strips. And do we have enough for a third? We do not, but that's okay. That's okay. We probably won't even need it. All right, so I got 2 strips of my measurement that is the same width as my paper, my folds, okay? So it's the same width as my folds. Yours should be too, okay? Or just a smidge, tiny bit smaller, but not a whole lot. Don't go too small because then it won't fit tight, okay? Now, what we're going to do is, everybody's good. Everybody got your 2 strips. Everybody got their 2 strips cut for their, and their accordion. So we're going to take our,
Arlene Barletta Trembet starting a round of antibiotics to see if it's an infection.
Oh,
If not,
girl.
we'll have to do surgery.
Oh, I'm so
Sorry.
sorry.
Holding back all my amateur jokes.
Oh, God. Bite me. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my papers and I'm going to split them in half so that I have myself, I have 1, 2, wait, hold on, this side up. 1, 2, 3 humps. So I need 3 signatures. So I'm going to split these up into 3s. So here's 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2. I need one more. I need one more piece. Hold on. Let me grab one more piece of paper. Okay, one more piece of paper. I'm going to fold that in half. Okay, so there's my 3 signatures. I have 4 sheets in one signature. Okay, 4 sheets into one signature. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to stack those papers inside of one another. So I'm going to open this up. I'll open the next one, and I'm going to stack them inside of each other. Okay, there's one signature.
Sailor
Okay.
Scraps and Lady Lurie in trying not to interrupt Lol.
Gail and Lady Lurie, LMAO.
Wait, what happened? What did I miss? What did I miss? Hold on. What did I miss? I'm being an angel. Sorry to interrupt, but I had to say it. Say what? What'd you say?
Sailor Scraps, nothing. We're being good gals.
Oh, I'm like, wait a minute. What did you say? What did I miss? For the love of baby Jesus. All right, so my first signature is put together. I know.
We will never know. Baha.
I know, right? And then I'm going to do the same thing with my second one. No, you're not. Both of you aren't. But I still love you guys. All right, again, there is my second signature. Now I'm going to put my sheets together for my third. And I'm just going to stack them on top of each other. Okay, so there's all 3 of my signatures. So what I am going to do is I'm going to get my utility knife as soon as I can find it. Where the fuck did I put it? Jesus crumbity. For the love of baby Jesus, where did I put my utility knife? Oh, there it is. Okay, found it. Okay, so I got my utility knife and I got my ruler. Put the plastic one away because I always cut the plastic ones. Okay, so the height of my piano, this is 3 inches. Okay, this is 3 inches. So what I'm going to do is I am going to find the center of my signature. And you know what? Y'all know I suck at measuring. So it was going to be... Okay, so 8.5, so 4 1/4 inches is going to be my center. So where the hell's my pencil? Oh, for the love of baby Jesus. What the hell? I just had my pencil. Oh, wait, here's a pen. This will work. Okay. Well, I got a pen. Oh, there you go. There's my pen. Everything sucks. Everything sucks. Okay. So we are going to put a dot. It's 4 1/4 inches. We are going to put a line at 4 1/4. And then that is our center. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mark all 3 of my signatures across. So then all 3 of them have a dot. So I know that that is my center. Okay. All right. So that's my center. So when y'all have your, there was my mark there, and then I just took my pen and went across all 3 signatures and created all 3 of my dots. Okay, everybody give me a thumbs up when you guys get to that point. Oh my God, I almost spilled my whole coffee on me. Yay! I was a little overzealous with my iced coffee. All right. So I'm going to take one of my signatures. I'm going to open
Leave
it
it,
up.
I'm just watching, but give you my thumbs up.
That's okay. I'm going to open it up, y'all. Okay, now that I know that that is my center, my little dot. So it was 3 inches is the width of our thing. So I am going to go 1.5 inches. That's centimeters. I'm going to put the 1.5 inches. Okay, my ruler is really faded, so I'm going to use my other ruler. Okay, I'm going to put that line at 1.5 inches. And I'm going to put another dot where the 0 is, and another dot at where the 3 inches is. So I have a 0, 1.5, and 3 inches. And that's going to be for everybody because it's all 3 inches wide. So the measurement's all going to be the same for everybody. So we are going to do our 1.5, 0, and 3 inch. And we're going to do that on all 3 signatures. So now that I have that one marked, I'm going to close this one up. I'm going to go to my next one. I'm going to open that up as well. Make sure I'm opening it up to the center. There's my 1.5 on the dot. I'm going to mark it at 0. And then again at 3. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close. So there's my 3 dots. I'm going to close that one up. I'm going to do the next one. Put that at 1.5. I'm going to do my 0 and my 3 inches. So now I have all 3 marked. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that all of my pages are even at the top. So when you guys get to that point for one signature, make sure that your pages are all even on both the sides and top to bottom for your signature. Everybody good? Everybody, this is how we do it. All right, beautiful. Okay, let me get you guys down here so you can see, and I will zoom in so you can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. Okay. So now I'm going to take my utility knife because my papers are even at the top, the bottom, and left to right. So I am going to take my utility knife, and from that, on the crease of those papers, I'm going to go from that top one.
I am a little confused, but I'll figure it out.
What do you mean? Okay, how are you confused? What part are you missing, Carrie? Which part are you missing? It's okay, Miss Carrie. What part are you missing, honey? So this part is the middle, is basically the width of our accordion. Yes, correct. This is exactly 3 inches from that top dot. This is that's this one, and then it's 1.5 inches, and then 1.5 inches. So this is our center. That's the dot that we created across all 3 of our books. And then all I did was measure up 1.5 inches and measure down 1.5 inches. So this is a total of 3 inches between this point and this point. Make sense? So it is the exact width of this.
Tumblers, okay.
Okay,
you.
You're very welcome, darling. So what we're going to do is we are going to cut from that top dot on the
Crafting Saurus, hey y'all.
Hey Val. So we are on the crease of where we creased this paper. From that top dot to the bottom dot, you can go just slightly beyond or below the top and last dot, but try to stay as close as possible. If you go a little bit past, it's okay. Just make sure that you're getting through all of your papers. Okay. So there you can see, I can stick my finger through all of my papers. Everybody got that part? Now we're going to need our accordion, okay? Let me zoom out. Oops, there we go. We're going to take the hole that we just cut. We're going to take our accordion, that very first bend. The very first bend, we are going to... Hey, Val, we're going to slip that through that. Just like this. We're going to slip it through. Oops, I didn't get all of them. Hold on, I didn't get all my papers. So there's here's my accordion. This is the front. And there's my, if you have to lay them flat, go ahead and lay them flat because they're already folded to where we need it. But this is our fold. Our very first fold, okay? Now, those strips that we just cut, this is going to slide up. I cut mine just a smidge too long. Thank you for the populars. I cut mine a smidge too wide. So I am going to go ahead and I am going to lay this down. And I'm going to fold my flap over. I'm going to look and I'm going to take my pencil or my pen and I'm going to make a line on the back of that so that I can see how much I need to cut off yet. So I only need to cut off a tiny little bit, okay? So I'm going to get my cutting board or your scissors and I'm going to throw this down here. And I'm going to go ahead and cut that small piece off. Oops. For the love of baby Jesus. So what I'm going to do is, now that I cut that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slide it inside that piece. And I'm going to pull it to the length of my page. Okay. I am going to, so mine is longer. So I'm going to flip everything over. And I see where it's too long. And I'm going to go ahead and actually I am just going to rip mine off. I have a straight ruler here. And I'm just going to rip mine off. Okay. So there is my signature. There's my middle piece. And there's the back. And look, it doesn't come out. So now what I need to do is do my next one. So there's my one signature. So I need to do my second signature. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my second signature. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open that up just like I did the other one. I am going to cut a straight line from that top dot to the bottom dot. That's a total of 3 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and line my ruler up on the crease. And again, I'm going to go from that top dot down to the bottom dot, making sure I'm getting in all of those sheets. There's my space. Boop. I missed that top piece. There we go. All right, so there's my space. I'm going to take my second fold, and I'm going to go ahead and put that fold through my papers. And then I need my other strip. I'm going to put that strip inside to the length of my pages. And then I'm going to close it up. My strip is too long, so I'm just going to go ahead and rip my strip off since I have a metal ruler. And there is my second signature. Nice and tight. It's not going anywhere. So and now I need to do this one, but I did not have another wide enough strip. So I'm going to use a piece of this for that, because this is plenty big enough for my cover and my back. So I need 1.5 inches. That was my measurement. It depends on your measurement. Whatever you cut your other strips at. Okay, so I got my other strip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to again take my third signature. I'm going to open it up, make sure that my pages are straight at the top, the bottom, side to side. And then I'm going to take my metal ruler and I'm going to put it on the spine where the crease was. And I'm going to cut from that top dot to the bottom dot, making sure I get through all of those papers. And there we have it. I'm through all sections. And then I'm going to take that crease, my very last crease. I'm going to go ahead and put my papers on there. Come on, get through. There we go. Then I'm going to take my strip. Again, I'm going to put it up through the center. Come on. And because I'm a little long, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to go ahead and rip that off. And there is my spine. Okay, and here is all my signatures. Again, no sewing, no gluing, no nothing. These are all nice and tight. If you want to replace the papers later on, this is how you would replace them. You would just remove your strip, take off your papers, and put new papers on. You can also add to this. So instead of putting a cover on the back, you can add more accordions and make it as thick as you want, and there's no sewing. So I'm going to put this back on. So if you wanted to add more accordions, you're lost. Okay, what part, where are you lost, Miss Sassy? Which part of it, where did you get lost? So there's my two flaps, the front, the first and the last.
Sassy Plant's second one.
Okay, so the second signature, again, we did you cut your sheets from the dot, from the top dot to the bottom dot?
Lady Sway, I agree. Absolutely brilliant.
Thank you. I am not the one who created this. I don't know how long this has been around. I found it in a book from the 1970s.
Show me the first one again.
Okay, no worries. I can show you. From the 1970s, y'all. This has been around forever. I'm not the first person to do this, but I saw it in a bookbinding book that I got off of eBay a long time ago, and I love it because y'all know
Thank you for teaching us.
absolutely. I'm gonna show you another one here in a second. Okay, so Miss Sassy Plants.
You are amazing.
Thank you. So we have our accordion. Okay. So we cut all of we cut all the signatures off all the papers. We made sure that they were lined up top to bottom, side to side. Okay. We had our center dot. We cut from the top dot to the bottom dot so that we cut through all of our papers. Okay. We're going to take our accordion and that first hump, not the one that has nothing. We're going to take that first hump that has the mountain, that has the peak. That is what we're going to put our signatures on. So I'm going to take this hump and I am going to fold my papers so that they are like a teepee. And then I'm going to take that hump, that first hump, and I'm going to push it through. Well, nope, the other way. Sorry. The other way. I confused myself there for a second. So that first hump, I'm going to put it through. I'm going to open up my papers and I'm going to push it through to the center. Hello, Shannon. To the center of my pages. So when I close this page, there's my first flap. Okay, that doesn't have a mountain. I'm on the first mountain, okay? The mountain's in the middle, and I close it, and there's my other two mountains, okay? There's my other two mountains. I'm going to take that strip of paper that we cut that measured the width of your folds. I'm going to take that piece of paper, and I'm going to press down to create a pocket in that little opening, and I'm going to take my slit of paper and I'm going to put it through the middle of that till it comes out the other side. I'm going to make sure that it's the same length as my paper so that that little strip just went through that little hole. So the strip of paper went through this mountain. So that is what's going to hold our papers in, okay? Then I'm going to go to, is that good, Miss Sassy Plants? Did that make sense? Or do you need me to go slower? You tell me. I'm happy to do either. So there's our first flap. This is our first mountain.
Sassy Plants, absolutely.
Okay. And then
Sassy Plants, got it.
We have our second mountain. We're going to take our second signature that we cut. And again, we're going to insert that mountain into the center of our signature. So we're going to go ahead and put that on there. Oops, I missed one sheet. Okay. And then I'm going to take my piece of paper and I'm going to again push down on this mountain so that it opens up. And I'm going to take my slip of paper and I'm going to go in the middle of that mountain.
Jennifer, can you do this with thicker paper?
You can. Then it would depend on how wide your strips would need to be in order to hold your signatures in. I just wanted to show you on something very simple, which is copy paper. But once you cut your slices, okay, whatever the thickness is between the middle signature and the crease or the height of that mountain, you will measure that, okay, because you want it nice and snug. The snugger it is, these will not fall out. If you're worried about them falling out, you can glue them, but you shouldn't have to glue them because then you can't replace your paper. But if you make sure that these pieces are nice and snug, you won't have to worry about it. So you can measure from where your crease is to where your tip of your mountain is, and that's how wide you would make the strip. Okay, if you're using thicker paper, that's the only change that you would need to make. Okay, so you can use as many sheets as you want as long as you have a wide enough paper to make make sure that it's nice and snug. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slip this in here. Okay. And I'm going to go to my third mountain, and then I'm going to put my third signature on that third mountain. Okay. Now I'm going to take that strip that I cut for that third mountain, and I'm going to go ahead and slip it in there. That one's a little snug. Snug as a bug in a rug. Come on. There we go. All right. Thank you for the corn. So there is my 3 signatures. So now what I can do is I can take a piece of paper and I can cut it and glue this tab. I can cut this. This is 8.5 by 5.5. So I can cut this paper. I'll show you. So we are, hold on, let me open my cutter and I will show you. And I will also show you how you can add signatures to this. Okay, so I need 8.5, 8.5, and then I need 5.5. 5.5. Oops. 5.5. Okay. So here's my 8.5 by 5.5 paper. This is my front and back. So then what I'm going to do is I am going to glue this, the tab here. I'm going to glue this tab. This is the only time that you would need glue, is I'm going to glue this tab. Oops, that's the wrong glue because that one's almost empty. Hold on. Hold, please. Okay, I'm going to take this. It's a little too much glue. And then I am going to take my piece of paper that I want for my cover, and I'm going to go ahead and lay that on the tab. And I'm just going to stand my papers up, tap everything down, make sure that I am right, that I am the same height as everything else. I'm going to press it down. I put a little too much glue on, so it's sliding around, and of course I got glue everywhere because I am impatient. And I got glue everywhere on everything. Okay, and let me fix this before it dries. Okay, there we go. All right, beautiful. Okay, so there is my tab.
Very decked out drink tumblers. I love this method.
Okay. And what you could do if you wanted to, if you don't like the way the spine looks, take a piece of lace. Take a piece of lace. Take a piece of lace. Glue it on the front. Wrap it around the spine and cover the spine up. Now, for the back part, if you wanted to add more hinges, again, you would need the same height. This is 3 inches. You would create another one of these, another accordion, and you can glue it to this part, that first hinge, so that you would have more mountains to be able to add more papers, so that you can make your book as thick as you want. So again, when you're done, you're going to go ahead and glue that tab. And I'm going to take my back cover. I am going to put that down. I'm going to make sure everything's even. Even Steven, top and bottom, front to side. There's my hinge. And there you go. that is the Australian piano hinge. And again, you can open that up. If you don't like the way that looks, then cover with another piece of paper. Doesn't matter. And again, same thing with these middle parts. If you want to use this, if you're going to use this to add a picture, then what I would suggest is only gluing on your 3-inch mountain. Do not glue on the strap that we put in to hold the papers in, because then you won't be able to take it out later and replace your paper. So you want to make sure that you're only gluing on this part and not this part, so that this can come out and you can replace your papers later. Unless you don't want that to be an option, then go ahead and glue it down. But there you go. That is that. This is that one. So this is the Australian piano hinge. Easy peasy. No sew. All you got to do is glue down the cover and the back and you are good. Now, are you guys interested in seeing the piano hinge using a few food skewers? Are you guys interested in seeing the piano hinge with the food skewers? You can, okay, so you can use food skewers.
Yes, please.
You can use pencils. You can use you can use pencils. You can use
Donna,
what the hell else can you use?
Yes.
Chopsticks.
Jerry 71, yes.
So
Dragon J dies.
everybody's like, hell yes. All right, so I have on hand some food skewers. So I am gonna do a 5 signature book. Okay, so for every pencil, every chopstick, or every food skewer that you're going to use, that is going to be the number of signatures that you're going to have. Okay, so I have five food skewers. You can use pencils, you can use wooden dolls, you can use chopsticks, anything like that. But you got to remember, when you're using chopsticks are tapered, and so they go from fat to thin. So you got to keep that in mind when you are threading your chopsticks through your papers, is that they go from fat to skinny. So you would have to thread down or thread up from the skinniest part to the fattest part, because of the holes that you're going to be putting in your paper.
Jade colored pencils would be great.
Oh yes, non-sharpened pencils, non-sharpened colored pencils would be beautiful. Okay, and the reason why I say non-sharpened is because you don't want somebody to stab themselves on the top or the bottom of your book. Hey Marla, so I'm going to show you how to do this. Let me put this to the side, and again, this is the Australian piano hinge. Don't ask me why it's called that. I have no idea, but that's what it's called. The Australian piano hinge. And again, you can change out your papers. You don't have, you can add papers to it, whatever. But when you add papers to it, you're going to be cutting the thickness of your straps. Okay, let me grab some more paper here. Whoops. Throwing shit everywhere. All right, let me grab some more paper, y'all. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, I got some more copy paper, and I am all right, I need, what do I have that's already printed that's near me? Nothing except for what's in this book. Okay, this is just I've had this thing forever, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this. I got it for one of my friends liked some pictures that were in here, and so we used that as a card, as a greeting card. So let me see what I got first.
Gail, thank you, Sabrina. I got
Hell
it right.
yes.
Everyone
No
have a
worries.
great night.
Have a good night, Gail. Love you. If you need anything, let me know. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to use this paper. We'll use this one. All right. Okay, so there's my skewers. I am going to take my paper. I'm going to fold it in half. And I can add book pages to this. Hold on, let me grab some book pages. You could use any paper. And I'm going to show you why. Again, fold that in half. So this is all 8.5 by 11 paper, except for the cover. It's a 12 by 12. So I'm going to go ahead and fold some more. And I'm going to add another book page. And again, this is just what's near me, y'all. So don't judge me for the gasoline engine. Don't judge me for the gasoline engine. All right. One more. Okay, there's that. There's one. Signature. And it doesn't matter. You guys can use book pages. You can use piano sheets. Anything to fill up your signatures.
Valerie Crafting Saurus who are good. I made a mini out of packing paper and sticker backing today.
Heck yeah, girl. That's what I'm talking about. Use that creative mind. The creative mind is beautiful. But again, you're going to use what you got. You don't want to make your signatures too thick. And I'll tell you why. Because it's a pain in the ass to cut through when you have to cut these hinges. FYI. So you don't want to make them super thick.
MS Jules Lol.
Okay, there's
Valerie
two.
Crafting Saurus, I get vendor promotional catalogs at my job too. Free
Oh,
paper.
there you go.
Hello,
Great.
everyone.
Yes,
These
free
sticker pens
paper.
don't piss me off.
What's going on, Miss Victoria? Welcome in. Welcome in.
Terrily 71 number page, same sticks.
Yep.
Don Poitras 76 at Valerie Crafting Saurus. Yes. MS Jules at Victoria Hyacinth High Beautiful.
Page. Okay, so my number of sticks that I'm using is the amount of signatures that I'm using.
Victoria Hyacinth always does me.
So the number of page or the number of sticks I
Victoria
use
at
is the
MS
number
Jules.
of
Hello.
signatures. Hello, hello. Okay, there is number 3. Okay, we're just going to go with 3. We're just going to go with 3, and we'll go with 3 skewers. All right? 3 skewers so that you guys can see how it works. I'm going to put the rest of this copy paper back. Hold on. Okay. All right, so.
Victoria at K, K2, LaPointe Greyheart, I live in S, but I'm with my daughter in Central.
Okay, so
Here's my head.
I am. All right, so 3 skewers. Again, I was going to use 5, but for time's sake, I'm only going to use 3. Okay, so now what I'm going to do again, I'm going to take my bone folder or a pair of scissors or a ruler, something. I'm going to press all my papers down. I'm going to make sure that I varnish everything nice and flat. Okay. So now that I varnished everything flat, I know that this is 8.5 inches. So what is half of 8.5? 4 1/4. So I'm going to mark at 4 1/4. I am going to mark my center. Okay, hold on. Let me zoom in.
KK2, a point that Victoria Hyacinth I live in Central NS time messes me up.
Oh, I'm sorry. So we have our center. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark all 3 of my books. All 3 of my books. I'm going to mark the
Genetic
center.
Cricket Squidgy Tool.
Cricut squeegee tool. Oh, yeah, I did. Yes, if you have a Cricut squeegee tool, absolutely. I think I have one, but I don't have a Cricut. But I do have a wedgie tool. It's how I pull my underwear out of my ass. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Anyway, so now I have all 3 of my signatures. All 3 of my I was waiting for it. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Y'all, I just couldn't help it. Woo, girl.
Don Poitras 76, you fancy.
I am
MS
fancy.
Joel's too funny.
If I wore underwear. All right, let me zoom out.
Commando, ha, ha, ha.
Yes, it's always commando. Okay, so now that I found my center, what I'm going
MS
to
Joel's
do
at
is...
Hi, beautiful HRU, beautiful.
Hello!
Sailor Scraps wipes ain't gonna cut it.
Yep, nope, wipes are definitely not going to cut it. Okay, so now that I have my
Don
signature...
Poitras 76.
Free flapping. So I am going to put my ruler at that dot at 1.5 inches. Oh, sorry. Let me zoom back in. I'm going to put mine at 1.5 inches, my dot. And I'm going to mark,
Victoria at Sailor
1.5 inches.
Scrap sits in the pants. No worries.
And I'm going to move up again. I got 1.5 inches. Make another dot. I'm going to go from that center. I'm going to go down 1.5 inches. Come down 1.5 inches. Make another line. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines.
I don't think her PJs hold it like that.
Nope, they don't. Sorry, y'all. I didn't realize I was zoomed in too close. Oops, earthquake. Okay, so we have our center. I came up 1.5 inches, created a dot, 1.5 inches, created a dot. From the center, 1.5 inches down, another 1.5 inches down. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots on my paper. I am going to go ahead and turn them, and I am going to go ahead and mark all 3 of my signatures with every single dot. And another last dot.
Helena Puahau at MS Jules. Hello, beautiful friend.
Okay,
Doing
so
well.
now
Went to
all
my fav. Bookstore and splurge.
of my
Victoria
lines are
Sailor
marked.
_ Scraps. Well, I now have that visual. Thanks, ha, 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 ha.
I am going to take my scissors. I'm going to take that first signature. I am going to create a little triangle where my dot was. I'm going to cut a little triangle. Okay. Again, go to the next dot. I'm going to create another triangle. There's my next triangle. And again, if they need to be bigger, you can make them bigger as you go. It doesn't matter. But I'm going to create a little triangle. Little triangle. Oops. There we go. A little triangle.
MS Jules at Helena Puaha. Wow,
Another
that's
triangle.
so cool, sweetie.
Another triangle. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to take this one. I'm going to set it down. I'm going to go ahead and do that to the next signature. I see where all my dots are. And I'm going to cut a triangle. Okay, next one, triangle.
Jeanette at Helena Puaha. Love a good bookstore splurge.
Yes, I can tell you my daughter-in-law would be in love right now if she went on a bookstore splurge. She loves, loves, loves reading. I steal some of her books so that I can read them. So now I got all my triangles where all my dots were. I'm going to go to my last signature, and where all my dots are, again, I'm going to do little triangles.
MS Jules so fun, sweetie.
All right, there's another one. And again, these don't have to be perfect, y'all, unless you're all about
Scarlet Rose,
perfection.
I think I see where this is going wrong.
It's going to hell in a handbasket. It's going to hell in a handbasket. That's what's going on. That's what's going on. All right. There's my third signature. It's going to hell. Okay. So there's my 3 signatures. Now, if I wanted my cover, fancy, I would have put my fancy paper over top of this and cut
Sassy Plants, great company.
cut this in, okay? Yes, I know, absolutely. So what I'm going to do is, let me move these to the side so you guys can see. I'm going to take my skewer, the pointed part. I'm going to go to the center of my signature. Where's the center? There's the center. Okay. I'm going to take my skewer. I am going to push it through that first hole so that I'm coming out this side. Okay. I'm going to push that out. And then I am going to go every other one. Okay. Every other one. I'm going to weave that skewer in and out. Every other hole.
Helena Puaha, Jeanette, right? They have the coziest chairs to sit and read. I love being surrounded W books.
I needed them all on one side, and it didn't go on one side. Hold, please. Hold, please. Okay, so there's my skewer. All right. You got it? Got it. Okay, so now I'm going to take my next skewer. Hold on, let me think about this. It's got to go. My next skewer has got to go in the opposite holes of what the other skewer did. Okay.
Have you smelt the Bath and Body Works scent book loft?
So I'm going to take this. I'm going to go in through the center. Oops. Hold, please. I'm actually going to go in here. Sorry. In here. out, and then I'm gonna go, hold on. Hold, please. I went through that one. I gotta think about this. Hold on, y'all. For the love of baby Jesus.
Earth Dragon Jade got the first set in.
Scarlet Rose Zoe,
It's
you as
the
well.
opposite.
Earth Dragon Jade, now I am loath with you all.
Helena Poo, how
Hold on. I think, hold on.
Amazing.
I
Must
think
find next trip.
I gotta cut my diamonds bigger. Hold on.
Jade lost.
Hold on. I gotta cut my diamonds bigger.
Jeanette at Helena Poo-How, my fab. Powdery scent.
Hold on. I gotta cut my diamonds bigger. My diamonds were too small. Hold, please. Hold, please. My diamonds were too small. Let me cut my diamonds bigger. For the love of baby Jeebus.
SASSIEPLANTS.
Why is it spelling your name, Sassy? I don't understand that. I don't understand why it spells your name. And it's not always, just sometimes.
Jeanette says all new newlywed women. Sassy plants cause I am damn cool.
Okay, I cut my triangles bigger. Let me go to the next one. Let me cut my triangles bigger on this one.
Scarlet Rose, so do you weave them the same or alternate?
No, you're alternating them. Give me 1 second. And again, it's the same thing with pencils.
Carrie decked out drink tumblers. I thought I wanted a thing to read chat to me, but no, I don't.
Okay, so I got mine now. Okay, so I'm gonna take
Scarlet Rose at Carrie decked out drink tumblers.
I'm gonna take my skewer. I'm gonna go in the center and out. In the center, out. In the center. Out. And there we go. Okay, so there's my first skewer. Okay. In, out, in, out, in, out. My next one, I'm going to lay that on top. I'm going to take my skewer. Okay. I'm going to put it here on the next page. So I'm going in and then out into that first tab. Into that first tab, out, in through the next one. So you see what I'm saying? See what I'm doing? So in here, in through here, back to the first, the other signature.
Lady Sway, how cool.
Up and then out, and I'm coming in through the first signature. And then out, back through the other signature. Out, and then in through that other signature. Oops. And there we go. So I just weaved it in and out. Okay. Now I'm gonna.
Lady Lurie, there is a lot of in and out.
It is a lot of in and out. So I'm gonna take. I need to cut bigger triangles in this signature. So hold on. Let me cut bigger triangles. For the love of baby Jesus.
Kristen R 9395. What is this technique called?
This is called a piano hinge. This is called a piano hinge. Okay, now I'm going to take, again, my
Scarlet
skewer.
Rose, so freaking cool.
I'm going to go ahead.
I've never seen this technique before.
Yay!
Victoria and Lady Larry, that's usually what you should say or do, huh?
So you can see that I'm
Earth
going to
Dragon
go...
Jade, the swear words I am saying lol.
The pages that I did not catch from the previous skewer are right here. Okay, so I'm going to go into the center of that last signature, come out. I'm going to go into that open hole from the previous signature, come back, go back in through that last signature. Oops, let me find the center. Get the center, come on, there we go. And then I'm going to go back and come into that last hole, out into the previous hole, back to the back hole. Into the center, come on, into the center, there we go. And then again, go to the previous hole, up through the center, and there's my last one. Okay, so there is my skewers. And again, you can do this as many times as you want. Here's an open flap, here's an open flap, and here's an open flap that I did not get a skewer into. So that way there, if you wanted to add more to it, you can. You're just going to weave in and out. You're always going to start in the centers at the bottom, and you are just going to weave in and out. So the first signature, you're going to weave out in and out every other one. The second one, you're going to go into this bottom. You're going to weave into the signature before loop, come back, weave through that, through the same signature, come out, weave through the previous signature, come back in, weave through the same signature, come back out, weave through the previous signature. So even your top skewers are all, these two are going to be in the centers at the top. Okay? So then what I'm going to do is, all my skewers at the bottom, I am going to make sure they're nice and even. Nice and even. I'm going to make them a little bit longer though. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and cut the tops off of these. I am going to leave some room so that I can weave some thread. Weave some thread off of around the skewers so that it holds it in. Hold on, y'all. I don't want to use my scissors, but I guess I don't have a choice. Let's use the crappy ones. Make sure these are cut across. Woo! Watch your eyeballs. Okay, make sure they're even. Yep, they're even. No sharp edges. Okay, let me get rid of these so I don't stab my damn self. Okay, so then what you're going to do is for the top and bottom, you are going to take, hold on, I have a piece of muslin here, and I'm going to rip this in strips. Oops, there's two pieces there. We only need one. Oh, there is only one. Okay, so I'm going to take a little piece, cut a little hole, little hole, little hole. Okay, let me rip these. You can use yarn, you can use ribbon, you can use whatever you have laying around. This is the closest thing to me, so this is what I'm going to use. The dog's next door. Okay. To cut the chop. Yes, they are a little difficult to cut the chopsticks. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to secure my top of the chopsticks at the bottom of my chopsticks, I am going to take my, I'm going to weave this in and out. Hold on, let me get it in there. Get it in there. Oops. Okay. Make sure everything's even. I'm going to take this and I'm going to weave it in and out of the chops or the sticks. Come on, for the love of baby Jesus. Let's get it on. All them dang loose strings. Should have pulled them off. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this off. Oh yeah, the voices did stop. What the hell happened? I'm sorry. What the hell happened? Why did the voices stop?
Red Dragon J Dude.
Okay, there we go.
Wall.
Woo!
Carrie
Okay.
decked out drink tumblers. Can you do the first weave again, please?
Which one? On the
Scarlet Rose,
signatures?
That's why I keep wire cutters on my desk.
Girl, I know.
Ladies' way might be a bit more difficult to cut chopsticks, lol.
So I'm going to
Scarlet
take
Rose,
this
the voices
glue.
stopped.
This glue.
Lady Sway embossing threads would be really pretty.
Yes, you can use embossing threads or fabric or ribbon. I put some glue down. I'm going to go ahead and glue that over. Again, making sure my sticks are even. And I'm going to glue that. And if the sticks are too long for you, then go ahead and move them down. If it's too long, then go ahead and move them down. And I'm just going to glue that around. And I'm going to glue this other piece of fabric down. There we go. Which part of the weaving, Carrie? Which part of the weaving? For the fabric or for the papers? Miss Carrie, for the papers or for the... I'm still trying to figure out how to connect the signatures. Okay, so let me pull this out. I have my 3 skewers, okay? Let me undo this so that I can get it. Hold on. Okay. I have my first skewer. I got my first pieces of paper, my first signature. I'm going to take my skewer. I'm going to put it into the center of my signature. Okay, there's my center of my signature. I'm going to take it, poke it in, and I'm going to come out that first hole.
Ladies' way, I love your patience with your pupils.
Oh, God, yes, absolutely. Hey, we go at the slowest pace of the slowest person. We go at the pace of the slowest person in the room. So we go in the center, come out that first hole. We are then going to take our skewer. We're going to go over top of that tab. We're going to go into this opening, and we're going to go into the center of we're going to find the center of our signature, and you can stick your finger in there so you can see. I'm going to go into that, push my skewer through, and I'm going to come out that hole. So in, center, over top, in center, over top, in center, and then again over top. Okay, so in the center of your signature, over top, in the center, over top, in the center, over top. Okay, Miss Carrie, did you get that far? Okay, so now we're going to take our second skewer and our second signature. We're going to do the same thing on the first row. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put my hand in the middle where my center is. I'm going to go in the center, out that first hole, okay? I am going to take this one that we just did. I'm going to put my hand again in the middle so that I can see my finger. That skewer is going to go into that hole that the first skewer didn't go into. Okay? And then I'm going to come out that hole of the first one. Okay? I'm going to go into the third hole. Okay, so the second hole on that signature that we're doing, there's our flap. This is the hole we're going to go into. This is the flap. This is the hole we're going to go into. So we're going to go into that one and out. Okay, and then here's our first signature, that flap. I'm going to put my hand in here. I'm going to go into that hole and come out that one. Then I'm going to take my skewer. I'm going to go into this flap here. So I'm going to put my hand back here. And then I'm going to put my skewer into that hole, into the center. I'm going to come out that top hole. And then I need to go into the first signature, that flap at the top. And then I'm going to weave my skewer into that hole. So do you see? Does that make sense, Miss Carrie? So when you're weaving in and out, instead of it being out, you're actually going into the previous signature's hole that a skewer didn't go through. The first skewer didn't go through. And then you're coming back into the signature that you had, and then back out to the previous signature, and then into the same signature, and then back out to the previous signature. Does that make sense, Miss Carrie?
Carrie decked out drink tumblers, yes.
That's okay.
Thank you. My hands shake too much for this one.
It's okay. It's okay.
I can't get it through.
But I promise you, if your triangles are too small, you're going to struggle. If your triangles are big enough, you will be fine. But I would keep practicing it because this is a very, very, very easy one. Okay. So again, I have my third signature. I'm going to open it up in the center. I'm going to put my hand because my skewer is going to go in the center and out that first hole. Then I'm going to pick up my signatures from the previous one. Here's my tab that a skewer didn't go through. I'm going to open that up. And again, this is my second signature. Let me open this up so you can see my finger. Okay, you see a skewer didn't go through there. So we're going to put our skewer in through here and out that hole. Okay, see it there? Then I'm going to take and I'm going to put my finger in the back signature, and I want it to go into that hole, up to that hole, come out. I'm going to go back to my middle signature. I'm going to put my finger in that hole because that's where I want the skewer to go in. And I'm going to guide it in through that signature. Come on. Hold, please. There we go. Oops, I had it. Come on, get all of them. There you come on. For the love of baby Jesus. There you go. And then I'm going to come fold it in half. I'm going to come out there. I'm going to go back to that last signature. There's my finger. I want the skewer to go into this hole, up to this hole. Okay, I'm going to come out. Then I'm going to put my finger, because I want it to go in this hole in the middle. I'm going to put it there, push it in, and then I'm going to come out the top. So I'm going to keep weaving it in and out. Then there's my flap if I wanted to add another skewer. There's a flap, there's a flap, there's a flap. So actually what I'll do is, so that you can see, I will take the skewer and I will go into that flap, out into, now because there's nothing, no flap on the bottom, my skewer's on the outside. Go into that last signature, go into that hole, out, and then in through that hole. Actually, no, sorry, I would need to go, hold on. Oh, please. No, I was right the first time. I was right the first time. And I'm going to go in and out. There we go. There we go. So now I have 4 skewers and 3 signatures, okay? So I am going to cut my skewers off so that they all match. That was dangerous. I'm going to take my strips here. Again, I am going to weave my strips. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. Oops. I'm going to take my strip. All of my things are even. I'm going to put that fabric in between 2 of the skewers. And then I'm just going to go ahead and weave it in and out. Weave it in and out of the skewers. Oops. Little bit of slippage. The hell is that noise? Oh, it sounds like somebody's drag racing. Jesus, scared the shit out of me. Did you guys all hear that? Or was it just me? All right. Now my glue.
Journal Bliss one that was loud.
Yeah, it was loud. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap
Scarlet
this
Rose,
around.
my cat, yowling lol.
All right, now I'm going to wrap this around so I know it's not going anywhere.
Journal Bliss one lol.
And I'm going to wrap that fabric around and glue that sucker down. Okay, let me grab a clippy and I'm going to go ahead and clip it. Then I'm going to go to my other end. I'm going to take my fabric. And again, do you see how my skewers are in and out, in and out? So I'm going to take, my fabric. I'm going to weave it in and out of the skewers. And again, you can use fabric, you can use ribbon, you can use floss, cross-stitching floss.
Carry decked out drink tumblers. I have not sworn this much all week.
You shouldn't be swearing, woman. It's really, honestly, if you go back and you watch the video, and I'm going to wrap it, and if you watch it a couple times, you will get it, I promise you. This is a considered a beginner's binding, believe it or not. I don't know how, but it is. They call this one a beginner's. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. grab a clip and then clippy clip, and I'm going to let that dry. All right. So our first one we did, yay! So there we have it. There is, and again,
Gary Decadavering tumble is not a great sign since it's only wet hugs.
once this is all dry, again, then you have your piano hinge book, and you just have to remember your signatures, the thickness of your signatures. I would be very careful not going too thick, so that way there you don't have a lot of triangles to cut too thick. Anyway, so here we go. There is our center of our first signature. There's our center of our second signature. There's our third signature. That's it. That's easy peasy.
So cool, sweetie.
Yes, so you can have your papers however you so choose. You can lay them flat. They all stay flat. They all stay flat.
MS Dolls, wow.
Everything stays flat. Cool, easy peasy. All right, ladies, that is it for the evening. But there is our piano hinge. And then we have what I do with the other one. And this is the Australian piano hinge. And again, I like this one because, again, I can change my papers. I can add to my papers.
Ladies, wait, you, Queen.
Absolutely. All I have to do is if I want to add more papers, I just have to measure from where the papers end to my mountain. And once I get to my mountain, then I know how thick I need to cut this. But this should be
Sassy
tight.
Plants, how did you put the cover on the first one?
The cover on this one, I glued a piece of cardstock on the flap, the first flap. On that first flap. Same thing with the back. That first flap. It didn't have a mountain.
Sassy Plants, got it.
The other ones had mountains.
Jody Gilded Alley, thank you.
Absolutely. But that's nice and tight, so my pages aren't loose. They're not going anywhere. And again, if you're going to decorate these, only decorate this piece, the 3-inch piece. Do not decorate anything else, please, because otherwise you won't be able to get this out. I mean, you do what you want. You guys are grown-ass women, but you won't be able to add or remove paper. This, at least, you
Essentially,
can.
you can make multiple accordions and put them
Yes.
in. Let's say 3 of them.
Absolutely. You can keep adding to this. You are just going to, instead of this last tab, instead of gluing a cover onto the back, you're going to start your tab from the accordion. You're going to glue it to this side, not this side of the tab, this side of the tab, so that you're getting another mountain. And then that way there you can get, when you can put your signature on a mountain.
I will record Abed tag you. No laughing, ladies.
Nobody's
Lol.
going to make
Okay,
fun
laugh.
of you.
ITD.
Nobody's gonna make fun of you, I promise, or I'll beat their ass. All right, ladies, that is it. But like I said, this is the Australian piano hinge. And this one is just the piano hinge. Don't ask me why they're named differently. I have no idea. But that's what they're called. Australian piano hinge and regular piano hinge.
I can take it. Lol.
Girl, we love you. All right, ladies, I am out of here. I will download this and get it up on YouTube for those that missed it. But I love you all. You guys have a great day.
Crafting Saurus, I am making
Pickles?
pickles, and your explanations are so clear.
I'll remember these. You're like bullshit.
I'll remember these. Earth, Light, and Jade, thanks, love.
Val, you're like bullshit. Bullshit.
Michelle 911,
I love you, Michelle. I love you too. Valerie, don't lie to me. You're like, bitch, I'm not paying attention. I'm making damn pickles. Just upload the video.
Sassy Class, ta-da.
Ta-da! I love you guys. All right, my loves. I will see you guys later. I'm going to be working as soon as I get off here. I got to work on invoices and getting those
Valerie crafting source,
uploaded.
but yes, pretty easy.
They are pretty easy. And like I said, just go slow.
Valerie crafting source,
Do it a
love
couple of times, and I promise you, you'll like it. Yes, I'm going to put it on YouTube, and you're very, very welcome. All right, guys, I love you. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Oh, I got to change my goal. Hold on. I got to change my goal so I don't end it on a live with not hitting my goal. Hold on. Hold, please. Okay, so edit. And then let's do, let me edit. 65. Confirm. Yay, we hit it. Thank you. I appreciate that. I almost forgot to look, and I was like, oh, dang, I better change my goal. Thank you, guys, because I don't want to end the goal with, or I don't want to end my live with the goal not being hit. I love you all. You guys have, I freaking love you guys. Chicken jockey. I love you all. Thank you so much, Miss Lady Sway. Bye, y'all. Love you. See you guys later. Bye.